Hi everyone, I understand that you've all been concerned about your stuttering. We are going to work on improving your fluency and help you feel the most comfortable with your speech. Using the Fluency Plus program, we are going to split up therapy into two different phases, the intensive phase and the post-intensive phase. At the end of these 15 days, you will have learned a variety of fluency shaping and stuttering modification strategies that you can apply in your everyday life. Throughout the program, we will address any fears and anxieties surrounding your stuttering. I will also provide home assignments at the end of each clinic visit to reinforce the skills and the concepts we are working on in the clinic. Before we begin, do you have any questions for me or any major concerns you want me to know about?
No. I'm just excited to start.
Okay.
As mentioned before, this program has a 15-day intensive phase followed by a year-long post-intensive phase. Each of the first 15 days has different goals falling under establishment goals, transfer goals, cognitive restructuring goals, and maintenance goals, which all are working towards increasing fluency and enhancing self-perceptions. For the purposes of this demonstration, we are going to walk you through day 1, day 7, and day 15, so you can see the progression from the first day of meeting, the middle of it, all the way through to the last day of that intensive phase. And then the post-intensive phase lasts 1 year, starting immediately after that intensive phase, and it consists of follow-up meetings, refresher seminars, and then optional alumni support group meetings.
So our cognitive restructuring goal of today is self-acceptance. Meeting other people who stutter and working together to improve fluency can help our self-acceptance and increase effective communication. For our establishment goal, we are going to start with the fluency shaping strategy called stretched syllable target. This is when we exaggerate the duration of syllables. The purpose of this is to enhance your awareness of speech movements, helping you produce your speech more fluently. As the days go on, we will shorten the length of each syllable until we find a comfortable new normal, meaning the rate of speech which is stretched enough for accurate production, but natural enough to be able to transfer to all outside speaking situations. For today, we are going to start with 2 seconds per syllable, with a pause in between each one. I will show you an example and then you can try. It sounds like this. My name is Aaron. Now you try.
My name is Caitlin.
Nice job.
My name is Jamie.
Nice job. Remember, we want to hold out each syllable to ease our tension and transition smoothly from one syllable to the next. Here are the homework assignments for tonight. While completing these, I would like you to record yourself and review the recordings to evaluate your accuracy.
The day 1 homework sheet is divided into 2 sections. The first for single syllable words and the second for multisyllabic words. The clients will individually complete these assignments at home before the next session. They will first begin with the single syllable words, practicing stretched syllable targets with 2-second durations. The clients will record themselves watching the videos back and self-scoring their performance. The clients will first mark whether or not they took a full, adequate breath, then check off whether they held the first sound for 1 second, and then whether or not they held the whole syllable for 2 seconds. They will repeat the same process for multisyllabic words, checking for a full breath, 1 second duration of the first sound, 2 second duration of the whole syllable, and additionally evaluating the 1 second pause between each syllable.
Welcome back. Our overarching theme today is going to be habituating our modified speech pattern. In other words, I want you to accept the new normal that we have previously created and feel confident in your speech in this new manner. Today we're going to be working on a new establishment goal, full articulatory movement target. With this strategy, we will complete a full and deliberate movement of the articulators from sound to sound within syllables. In doing so, we will feel decreased physical tension in the jaw and neck and be able to feel the kinesthetic perception of other target behaviors. I'll give you an example of what this might sound like. I went to the store. Now I want to hear you try.
I went to the store.
I went to the store.
Awesome work. Now when you get home, your assignment will be to record yourself completing each of the 3 tasks using your new normal speech. After recording, you should listen back to the tapes to hear if your targets are accurate and watch your implementation of the strategies we have learned so far.
The Day 7 homework sheet has 4 components, each requiring mental rehearsal. The first component is an interview of someone at home. The client must think of 10 questions to ask using mental rehearsal to prepare the use of targets. The second task is to verbally summarize a recently watched movie using new normal rate of speech. Third, the client writes down 10 things that they would change about school if they could, and then discuss these changes with a family member or friend. Lastly, the client must prepare a small presentation for the group by thinking about how they would complete each sentence, utilizing their new normal, blending, and gentle onsets with light contact strategies. For the first 3 activities, clients should be recording themselves for self-evaluation as they did for the Day 1 homework and as they will do for all homework throughout the intensive phase. In the following clip, you will see an example of a client responding to the second activity on the Day 7 homework.
Okay, I recently watched Anyone But You, which is a romantic comedy about a guy named Ben and a girl named B who meet one day in a coffee shop and have an incredibly romantic night. They don't see each other for a few years, but end up at a destination wedding in Australia. B's parents invite her ex to the wedding in hopes that they get back together. And Ben's ex is also at the wedding. So Ben and B pretend to be a perfect couple to avoid her ex and make his jealous. The plan doesn't go as expected when they realize they both actually love each other and have since they first met in the coffee shop.
We have reached the end of the intensive phase. Today we'll be working on the last maintenance goal, starting by reviewing all our strategies to ensure that we feel confident about implementing these skills into our future everyday lives. I know we have learned many different strategies, but it's important to continue practicing them within the next 2 to 3 months.
Clients will now review all strategies learned in the last 3 weeks throughout the intensive phase.
Next, we are going to assess your performance throughout the past 2 weeks and set goals for the future. Here's a chart you can use to help track maintenance plans and evaluations on each day of the week. These will be used as reference for review and reporting practice during future follow-up meetings throughout the next year. We will start with weekly meetings, then move to bi-monthly meetings, and lastly move to monthly meetings.
The clients will now create goals and fill in the plan section, scheduling practice time throughout the week. Clients must have approximately 1 hour available each day for the completion of maintenance activities and record keeping.
Now that we have made goals and scheduled our future follow-up maintenance meeting, let's talk about the alumni support group called Demosthenes Society. This volunteer-run self-help group provides a very unique avenue where clients can maintain contact with other graduates or the program with a similar desire to maintain their speech gains. There are monthly meetings led by an executive committee that typically begin with a group shaping session and various opportunities to transfer meaning practice your learned skills outside of the clinical setting. Since we are in Chicago and the meetings take place in Toronto, Canada, there is a Zoom link you can join for these meetings. Does this sound like something you would be interested in?
Yes.
Me too. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
I'm all set.
All right, that is the end of our session. I will see you next week in our first maintenance meeting.